We are currently in the middle of an absolute horrific war. And I want to share with you some words of inspiration. I want to share with you two videos that came out this week from the Arab side and from the Jewish side. And let's take a look at both. Let's examine, on the one hand, the Arab side, which has gone viral. On the other hand, the Jewish side. And let's juxtapose them. But these are very, very powerful videos. I'm going to start by sharing the screen. I want to show you the video that was shared. I shared it last night on my Facebook page. This is an extremely powerful video. Take a look.
עכשיו נזכיר לעשות אזעקה.
שמע ישראל! אדוני אלוהינו! אדוני אחד! אללה יסה! שמע! הלו, בוא נעוף מפה למקום.
This video is so powerful. This video is so powerful. What's happening here is the Jews, the last night, Hamas is firing missiles and rockets at us. And what the Jews are doing, the soldiers, you see 20, 30 soldiers which are lying down on the floor cowering because there's a hail of rockets and missiles flying about them. We don't know what's going to happen. And the Jewish soldiers are lying down on the floor, about 20, 30 of them, and they are screaming from the depths of their heart, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is one. There are no atheists in a foxhole. Doesn't matter if we're religious Jews, not religious Jews, when we think our lives are in danger, and because of social media, we can capture that moment so powerfully. The majesty, the magic of that moment. What does a Jew do when he thinks his life is in danger? An IDF soldier, he cries out to Hashem, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. It's one of the most magical, most powerful video of the war that I've seen so far. And I want to just take a moment and juxtapose that with another video that came out from the Arab side. And let me show it to you because this is just so full of lies. This is from Ayman Odeh, who's an Israeli government minister. Okay, watch this video, which you see here has 14.3 million views. I'm going to share it right now. There you go. So you see this video has 14.3 million views. You see he writes one word, mezazeh. I'm going to show you here on the screen that this guy, I don't know who this guy is, Sean King. And look what he writes. This is also millions of views. You're looking at one of the grossest displays of violent bigotry in the modern history of the world. And he writes, there's thousands of Jewish Israelis cheering right outside the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the third holiest site in all of Islam. They thought the mosque was about to burn down. Thankfully, it didn't. And they literally singing a curse over the place. This is lies, 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 and lies. It's been shared and shown tens of millions of views all over the world this week. Lies from beginning to end. Because you see, first of all, it wasn't the mosque that was on fire. It was a tree. It was a tree that was on fire. By the way, this is the place which is the Holy of Holies. The Beit HaMikdash is going to be rebuilt there speedily in our day, and all the Arabs are going to clear out of there. But that's besides the point. I'm just talking and addressing the lies in the video. Number two, the Arabs lit it from firecrackers. It wasn't the Jews who lit it. The Arabs lit it. It was a tree next door from firecrackers. And number three, the Jews were singing a beautiful song, which I sing. I love the song. Zachreinina, Zachreinina, Vechaskenina. It's a beautiful song. Song about Shimshon, and it has to do with Yom Yerushalayim, the day of Jerusalem, which the Jews were celebrating right then. And it happened to be some guy captured the camera and distorted the entire truth. So we are at war, the war of rockets and missiles, the war of words, the war on social media. And, you know, it's actually crazy what's going on, because if you look at it, the entire world is at war like this. So let's just examine some words of chizuk that we could draw from the current situation. You know, Israel's in our hearts. This war affects every single Jew. Make no mistake, Hamas hates every single Jew, not just Jews in Israel, Tel Aviv, and Shderot. Now they fired a missile in Eilat. They hate every single Jew in New York as well. I got a phone call this week, threatening phone call myself here in New York from somebody who's not an Arab, but somebody who's an American. So this affects everywhere. And, we all see our families cowering in fear. My brother is in 3 a.m. He has to run to the shelter. Our families, our cousins, we see what's going on. This week there was an inspiring story. One of our Belev Echad team went to visit one of the soldiers who was injured in Magav. The soldier's name is Tal. He was injured pretty badly. Thank God his eyesight, the doctors thought it was going to be, they take an eye out. Thank God his eye is saved and his vision will be fine. But this soldier Tal, his father shared that, what saved my son's life? A few hours before the riots and before he was injured pretty badly, he put on tefillin. He put on tefillin and he prayed and he said the Shema. He said, I have no doubt that saved my son's life. By the way, the Lubavitcher Rebbe started the campaign to put on tefillin by the 1967 Six-Day War. And the Rebbe quoted the verse. He says, V'ra'u kol amei ha'aretz, when the nations of the world will see, Ki Shem Hashem nikra alecha, that the name of Hashem is upon you, Ve'yar'u mimeka, they will fear you. So tefillin has a direct relationship and results with nations of the world fearing us. But my question today is, how is it? When you look at Shavuot coming up, Shavuot is the holiday celebrated. We got the Torah at the mountain of Har Sinai. How is it that if you look in Google Maps or Waze today, you won't find Har Sinai, the mountain of Sinai, the greatest revelation in the history of mankind, God giving us the Torah? And if we don't know where it is, we are the nation that doesn't forget anything. Ask us where we were when we ate the matzah, where we ate this, why we put on the tefillah, sukkah, everything that happened in Egypt, everything that happened with Joshua, with Shmuel. We remember and record everything. How is it that we have forgotten where the mountain of Sinai is? By the way, there were 4 major events that happened at Har Sinai. The first one was Moses at the burning bush. The burning bush was at the mountain of Sinai. The second one was the giving of the Torah. God gave us the Torah at Har Sinai. The third one was a revelation, a spiritual revelation, a prophecy Elijah the prophet received from God. And the fourth one was about a sage in the Talmud, Rabbi Bar Chana. But other than these 4 events, we don't even know where Har Sinai is today. Some people think it's Mount Jubril Masa, I think it's called, but it doesn't make sense because that's a high mountain. Har Sinai is a low mountain. So we've forgotten where it is. And when you look at Jerusalem, we all know where Jerusalem is, right? Jerusalem, the city of gold, Yerushalayim Shel Zahav. By the way, the first murder in history took place over Jerusalem. First murder in history was Adam and Eve's son, Cain, killed Hevel. Cain killed Hevel according to one midrash because Hevel had the portion of Jerusalem in his territory and Cain was jealous. So the first murder of history was Jerusalem. And the answer is, what's the difference between Har Sinai and Jerusalem? You see, the revelation of God at the mountain of Sinai, Jews, we never worked for it. And when you don't work for something, you forget it. Because we never worked for it, we forgot it. But contrast that with Jerusalem, we have put blood, our sweat, our toil, our tears, the very life, fabric of our existence we've fought for, literally for Jerusalem, and therefore we will never forget it. Har Sinai, we never fought for. We never sweat tears. We never shed blood over it. You see, Judaism, when you do a mitzvah, it's all about toil and effort. It says Abraham did a Brit Milah, performed the Brit Milah at the age of 99 years old, and God came to visit him 3 days later. And when he came to visit him, he was in pain, but after the visit, God took away the pain from Abraham. And the question is, why didn't God appear to Abraham an hour after the bris and relieve him from his pain so he wouldn't have to suffer, the poor old man, 99 years old? And the answer is because Abraham wanted to experience the pain of the mitzvah. The mitzvah is only worth it when you experience pain. The mitzvah has to hurt. In fact, being a religious Jew means going beyond the norm. If you are used to giving $1,000 to charity, give 1,001. If you are used to studying Torah once a day, study twice a day. If you're used to praying only the Shema, pray the Shema and Shemona Esrei. If you're used to lighting Shabbat candles only once a month, light once every single week. But every single day, every single week, increase a little bit, because that is going beyond your norm, going beyond your regular. That is being religious, that is being Jewish, and that is why we won't forget Jerusalem. That is, by the way, the Rebbe, there was one philanthropist who came to the Rebbe, Lubavitcher Rebbe, and he said to him in the 60s, when Chabad was only about 30, 40 centers, and he said, I want to support all the activities of Chabad worldwide, but I want Chabad to help me run my business, advertise my business. The Rebbe answered him two things. First of all, he said, Chabad is not in the business world, so no. But second of all, I can't have one person supporting Chabad. You see, when the Chabad rabbi comes to a town, to a city, whether it's New York or Florida or wherever it is, the local people have to support the rabbi and the Chabad house. The local people have to feel that their effort is doing something, their money, their dollars is doing something. They have to be invested, because when they toil and effort and give charity, they feel part of it. They feel connected with it. And this is why what's happening in Israel is not just the Israel problem. It affects every single one of us, every single Jew all over the world, because Israel is something we love and care for so much. Israel is part of us. It's part of the very fiber, the very fabric of who we are. We all love Israel. We care so deeply about it. In fact, it says, by the way, there's three things we love so much: Israel, Torah, Yisrael, Oraisa, V'Kutrabichu, God, Jews, and Israel. That's what we love all so much. Israel, Jews, Oraita, Torah, and Kutrabichu, and God. And that's why also coming before Shavuot, we all have to have achdut. We all have to unite as one. There's nothing which unites Jews more than anti-Semitism than Hamas. Hamas has succeeded in uniting us. When Hamas doesn't threaten us, we're all fighting and divided. But when they threaten us, we're all united as one. You know, with the Miron tragedy just a week ago, one of the survivors shared a powerful, powerful story. He said when he was entangled among the trampled people, you know, he was lying there, and he found like a small little passage of air where he could breathe, and he survived the ordeal. And right next to him, he heard another person saying Shema, right? Shema Yisrael, Shem Echad. And then he's about to return his soul to his creator. This person passed away. And he whispered, "Whoever is on top of me, I forgive you with my whole heart." And those were the last words that he said. Can you imagine? A Jew is about to die. And what does he think about? I'm forgiving the person who's trampling me above me. There's Mi Ke'amcha Yisrael. That's such a powerful, powerful story, powerful testimony. A Jew, what does he think about? I forgive you. I'm thinking about you. I forgive you. It's not your fault for trampling me and killing me, basically. You know, in conclusion, the first prime minister of Israel, David Ben-Gurion, said, it doesn't matter what the Goyim say. As we saw in that video from our enemies, they hate us. They hate us. The propaganda, the PR war, we are losing. It doesn't matter what the Goyim say about us. It matters what the Jews do. What a powerful line from David Ben-Gurion. It doesn't matter what the Goyim say. It matters what the Jews do. At the end of the day, what should we do? Do a mitzvah. Do something for Israel. Go now and put on tefillin, give charity. Support the Belev Echad, our wounded soldier organization. We are on the front line providing aid for wounded soldiers, soldiers who are wounded. Right now, as we speak, we are taking soldiers from the south where the barrage of rockets is PTSD. It's terrible. We take them to the north where they can have a peaceful Shavuot and peaceful Shabbat. Support Belev Echad, light Shabbat candles, do a mitzvah, do something for somebody else. Let's unite as one. Our greatest strength is in our unity, and that's how we will counter these falsehoods, and that is how we will win this war. Hope you all enjoyed this, and please share this message.